Science jerks. Science jerks. Science jerks. Rate of change in acceleration of science. Science jerks.
Welcome to the Science Jerks. I'm your host, Abe Chacho. With me, as always, is your other host, Robert Chan.
Hi.
And Mr. Chan, we've had a lot of dudes on this podcast.
We have had a buttload.
Lots of dudes. And it's not because we don't like the ladies.
They just don't like you guys.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
Ouch. You guys are
Picking
on the
it up,
same
guys.
wavelength.
Picking it up.
It's usually because we hit on them in the first segment and they run from the lab screaming.
Yay. So
My
please.
legs are broken, so I'm not going anywhere.
Well, this is a new a technique that we've instigated.
It's called the Kathy Bates.
So I hope you're planning to stay for the entire recording and the next 4 weeks.
Please welcome Meg Swertlow.
Welcome, Meg.
Hello. Good to be here, guys.
Meg's a stand-up comedian and improviser, performer, actor.
What's on your business card? What do you tell people you are?
I'm a writer and stand-up, I guess.
Your card serves as writer and stand-up, I guess?
It does. No, I guess
a lot of words.
I used to have a card when I had a job, and it said copywriter. Oh no, features producer. Technically, my card from Entertainment Tonight said features producer. It sounded really impressive, but it's not. It wasn't. Didn't mean I get paid more.
Are you writing for a website now?
I was writing for Idolater, but that was just a little bit, and I guess I don't know enough about Kesha. No, Kesha and 2 Chainz. So
I don't even know.
I know. I didn't either.
What these words mean.
I didn't know enough of it.
What is this?
Any people that you?
There's a dollar sign in the name.
Just letters.
No. There's a lot about Rihanna, Kanye. There's a lot of nicknames. I didn't know that for musicians.
Easy.
Yeah. I didn't know all these. I had to go, Mother Monster. There's just no nicknames about some of these people, but I don't know that because I don't listen to Rihanna seriously. So
is that
You're not a scholar.
Is that where you keep up on all the nicknames?
Google.
Serious Rihanna listeners.
Yeah, Riri. I mean, I know that now, but
nice.
Oh, now I know one.
You can fill us in.
Yeah,
because we know as much now as you did then.
Yeah.
So maybe someday we'll be feature producers.
We can only hope.
Where do you perform regularly?
I host a monthly show called Mustaches and Manhattans, and that's at Bar Lubitsch.
Nice.
And
Depending.
I do stand up a lot of places. Oh, no, I'm on a team at the Middle Theater. Sorry, teammates. It's a new team, and we start performing, maybe next week on a house team there. They just started a theater there, so.
Do you have, are you online, videoies, and Twitteries?
I'm online. I'm on the World Wide Web.
I'm not being weird. Do you have naked pictures online?
Maybe.
Are you social through the internet?
I am. The other videos of me, I need a website. I need to be on this.
Sure.
Well, how about we do some science?
Science.
Yeah.
Neurotrichorodentology.
Spider rat does whatever a spider rat does. Chan here with Chacho and guest Meg Swertlow.
No, finish the song.
No, that's all there is. It's from the Simpsons movie.
all
That's
you've
the
prepared?
only thing. A rat with 6 cents. How friggin' sweet is that?
So sweet.
Well, it is both less awesome and more awesome than that. It's less awesome because basically what they did is they jammed some electrodes into a rat. They jammed it into the wrong part of the brain.
And then it started seeing ghosts?
They made it...
Kind of.
It sensed infrared.
They poked sensors into the part of the brain where its whiskers are supposed to go.
Right.
So the whiskers feel things that are in front of the rat. And instead of feeling...
Is that what they're there for?
Yeah.
Whiskers?
Whiskers?
Yeah.
They're there for
I don't think about these things.
like when they're running around.
That's why cats will get fucked up if you cut off their whiskers, because they use it for balance and they use it to sense things. A whisker rubbing up against the wall, it's dark, so I can barely see the wall, but I know that the wall is there, so I'm not going to go running headlong into that because I'm a cat and I'm smart.
I've never thought about that. I mean, maybe because I don't like cats. So
Well,
there's
think about having some whiskers installed because it's pretty great. So what they did with the whiskers, instead of feeling with their whiskers, they connected it to infrared light sensors, right?
They took an infrared detector, took the little electrodes, and popped them into the part of the brain that normally takes in that information from the whiskers.
So it's like the rat is running around and it could feel light, just like it would feel a
Infrared
wall
light.
if it walked next to a wall.
You're looking at this empty room with infrared lights in it, and little rats walking along. Ooh.
So are they trying to do that with humans? Is that what they're
That's
trying
what
to do?
they're getting to, because what they found out was that they jammed it into the whisker sensors, but it's not like the whiskers were broken. The whiskers were still working normally.
Yeah, I was going to say, are the whiskers gone or are they still there?
Yeah, so the little rat brain adapted, and it took in that infrared information and the whisker information. There's plasticity there that they didn't expect. And so now the rat legitimately had 6 senses, because it had its normal senses of touch plus the infrared ones. And what they're thinking is that people who have blindness because of brain damage, like the part of the brain that takes in optical information, if that gets banged out, like through an accident or they're born without it or whatever, they're thinking that we can put sensors in that route to other parts of the brain, like, for example, touch, which is, what this was, so that basically they can feel light, like when you're super high, you like feel light.
Feel it.
No, come on.
I'm not good at
Are you
drugs. Dave knows.
I've seen you feel some colors before.
I don't know if that's true. It's like Daredevil. Kind of like Daredevil.
It's kind of like Daredevil.
Yeah, it's similar to that. That's like sound, right? He can hear really well. And
basically
echolocation, but it's a similar concept. Yeah, for sure.
But no, it is more Spider-Man though. Well, no, Spider-Man was just danger. I guess he couldn't see behind him or sense infrared or anything. It was just like, something's about to hit me.
You could just sense when
I don't
shit
think that
was going down.
Yeah, I feel like you could just feel it.
Yeah, this is just, we could make this whatever. We could hook up sensors that would detect Coke Zero and just plug it into that part of the brain, and you can say, my God, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it right now.
I can hear it.
Don't take my Coke Zero.
I'm going to put my fingers into the Coke.
Take my Coke. Stop it.
I have a sixth sense about it.
Take a sip into the mic and see if we can figure out where you are.
Well, I guess the idea of this is to help blind people. Why they would do this. Sometimes I wonder, why are they doing
this?
To
make superheroes.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
To make supers. But I'm just wondering, I was thinking of, I know with people who are deaf, a lot of people don't want to hear. It's thought of as...
Don't want to hear?
I mean, people who are deaf, a lot of the deaf culture is that they don't want to get the cochlear implants. They don't want their kids to
sellouts,
be...
People that get it fixed or sellouts.
It can be a very
They're
negative thing. Yeah, they're hip, and it can be a very negative thing in their culture, I believe. I mean, I watched Law & Order SVU, so that's what I believe. And I've seen some documentaries and stuff that they don't want kids that are hearing. And I just wonder about if there's... I don't know this, but this was just made me think if there's a blind culture and if it can be... I wonder if it's a negative thing or anything like that.
Ever since Blindy became a superhero, he never hangs out with the rest of us.
There was an episode of Law & Order SVU where that happened, okay? But it was with a deaf person, okay? A woman was going to get
was the special
victim? A doctor that installed... I don't think install is the right word on a human. Inserted or would put in a cochlear implant to... Fucked? What?
Raped? You raped her? You raped her while she was
You guys
under?
have watched the Women of LA video too many times today.
No, I'm talking about SVU. Isn't it special all rapey crimes?
Maybe it was criminal intent.
Okay, that's a totally different ballpark.
Yeah, maybe it was criminal intent.
They're all the same show.
Jag?
It was not Jag.
All right.
It was in New York. Somebody was... Anyway, maybe it was criminal intent. I'm just saying.
Okay.
The woman was going to get an implant, and the doctor was murdered because the boyfriend, who was also deaf, didn't want his girlfriend to leave him. And she was like, I will never leave you. And it was like that.
But I'm trying to decide whether that's offensive or not.
It shouldn't be. I'm just imitating the actress. Okay.
On the plus side, no deaf people are listening to our podcast right now, so don't worry about it.
It's fine.
TV Optology.
TV is watching you back.
No!
Dacho here with Chan and our guest, Meg Swertlow.
It's 1984.
It's about time for 1984.
I just said that like the Apple says it's 1943.
There's a new invention on the horizon. It's called television, and it's watching you masturbate.
Whoa. Whoa.
Well, what else would you be doing when you're watching TV?
Fair enough.
Taxes.
Watch.
That's a lie. I haven't done mine in years.
High five.
Yeah. Ooh. I hope no one from the IRS is listening.
Just try and find us, IRS. So Intel is launching a TV service with a little camera that watches you watch.
For what purpose?
Why? Because they want to know who's watching and how how intently they're
Are
watching.
the TVs free?
No.
What the?
You have to pay for this?
Why would you?
It's
do
not like a
that?
research
They are
thing?
claiming that somebody is going to want this service, which sounds extremely
I would buy
scary
it just so
to me.
that they would have unending footage of me flipping them off. Fuck you.
I think the idea is that, like, when you walk up to it, it can see that it's Chan, and it goes, "Oh, you're 10 episodes of Bunheads already."
that is bullshit because I would not leave 10 episodes unwatched on my
Exactly.
fucking DVR. Come on now.
I feel like that's very voyeuristic, and that means somebody's job is to like watch other people watching people.
Well, this
on
is an
TV.
advertiser's dream because it's
Sure.
it's good. They're going to tailor ads to determine if you're actually watching them and if you're in the room. Frankly, like half the time when I'm watching TV, I'm making dinner or I'm somewhere. I hardly ever am sitting in front of the TV
Yeah.
watching it. I have it on in the background while I'm doing other stuff. So try and find me, Intel.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue, though, if they start using this for information and like, oh, you're not paying attention to this commercial?
I
Fine,
bet
we'll
people
just keep playing
murder.
commercials
People are going to be
until-
murdered.
What?
That's what I think. I
By
think people
their
are gonna,
advertisement.
No, I think people are gonna get. There's like a murder that's gonna be caught, and then Mariska Hargitay is gonna come.
I
It
got
all
you.
comes back to SVU. No, but I bet
It
you,
was the
shit will,
television.
shit will go down, and someone will watch it because, like, if you're watching TV, I'm sure like people are getting in a fight, or like people are gonna have sex, and they're gonna forget that like the TV's watching them, and like
Mariska
basically
Hargitay is going to turn to you on your couch and go, "Are you paying attention to me? I am trying
God.
to explain
Like-
what this murderer did."
I just think things are gonna happen. Crimes are gonna be committed.
What sort of crazy Hitchcockian rear window world are you living in?
I
As soon as there's a camera, somebody's going to get murdered.
Probably in someone's home. Yeah, I watch a lot of true crime shows. Okay.
You understand that the characters can't actually come out of the television.
This is
No,
not Purple
I
Rose of
just
Cairo.
I don't think that this is the last action hero. I guess we go into the screen for that, but
This has always tripped me out because actually I watch TV on my laptop, which has a little camera, and
I do too.
one time, I don't know if this was a fluke or whatever, but the little light popped on that says the camera is running, and I didn't turn it on. So I put a little piece of
Exactly.
tape over it because I was like, somebody's fucking watching me watch TV.
I
And
can
it
still
is-
hear you, though. I can still hear you watching.
Breathing. Hey, it was me.
Mariska Hargitay.
So do they explain at all, like, why they think people are going to fucking buy this? To a certain extent, I understand. Like, I don't think 10
But I feel like
years
you
ago-
can get. I feel like you can get
It
what
is-
people are watching from
It
just
is
knowing what
quote
they're watching.
unquote to offer you a personal experience that's completely seamless.
That is so vague.
Well, no, I
It's
mean, like-
really for
like,
the advertiser's sake.
10 years ago, you wouldn't have thought that people would be willing to give as much information as they do on Facebook now, just because they want to. It's like, oh, I want to tell you that I had lunch blankety blank, and I'm doing all this
and
stuff.
then people steal your
So-
stuff. That's a thing that's happened where people have been like, "Oh, I'm going on vacation, or I'm going somewhere," and then
I
other
don't
people
think
have
it
seen it.
happens nearly as often as SVU would have you believe.
I didn't get that from SVU. I got that from the news.
Actually, that just happened, but it was a newspaper subscription thing in L.A. Somebody got a hold of the vacation subscription list.
Oh, really?
And found out when all the newspaper. So
Yeah.
So get online, people. Stop getting your newspapers the old-fashioned way, and your newspaper is going to kill you.
If your newspaper's watching you, then we're in some shit.
Do people still have newspapers? I'm kidding because my parents are both journalists, but
No, they know.
hate
They
me for
felt the
saying
bite.
that.
I don't know. This might be one of those things that sounds scary and then suddenly is ubiquitous in like a couple years and all TVs have it.
I'm
just
sorry,
because
but,
the
like-
advertisers are going to really want it.
I just don't. I just feel like people are. This is too much going to be seen.
If it gives you something really useful, like Connect, the Connect is a thing where you can like wave at the TV
It's
and
for
it'll turn
games,
on.
right? Oh,
yeah, but I mean, if
know,
it is something along those lines where you get something useful out of it, like
I think
it
this
does
is-
go like, oh hey Robert, here's all your stuff.
It's a step towards having a personal butler. Like when you walk up to the TV is kind of like a robot that knows what you
Knows.
want and knows when you're there. And
Like
when,
a
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah, here's the
Like
thing.
a good
If-
boyfriend.
I'm not going to buy into that camera until there's also a flashlight underneath the camera. You're like, hey, how you doing, baby?
So you want to fuck your TV? Is that what you...
I
I'm
just want to make
saying-
sure you said flashlight.
If
I've
you,
listened to Day and Savage's podcast, so I know what that is.
If you really want, you can duct tape a fleshlight to your TV now. If you really want
I
to
like
fuck
for
your
you,
TV.
that's what you, for me, I'm just like, oh, people are going to
You
see
like
me have
bun
sex
heads
with
that much.
strangers. Not that I would do that.
Phobiology.
I don't mean to scare you.
I'm scared.
Okay, well, you probably should be. Because there is a guy that is basically doing the Jonathan Crane from Batman Begins thing. Scarecrow. Experiments in fear. Terror. He is trying to make people afraid.
He's trying to
Is he just showing pictures of
frighten the unfrightenable.
Here's
Carrot Top? Carrot Top. I have 3 fears. You guys want to hear them?
What?
I have 3 fears.
Are they
3 major
all 3
fears?
fears?
Are they all
Hit me.
carrot
Koi
top?
fish?
Koi fish? What? Dude, koi fish are the best.
No.
I want to get a tattoo
Koi
of koi
fish?
fish.
What are you
Oh,
afraid
God.
they're going to do?
Koi fish, cockroach, carrot top.
Good.
The
So
idea,
it's the hard K's are causing you
I guess.
concern.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Oh, stop it. But the idea of like inadvertently falling into a koi fish pond is just, I can't.
How about a pond full of catfish?
Ugh, I mean, catfish is bad too, but koi fish is like,
They're basically the same thing.
no, whatever.
They are catfish, aren't they?
Wait,
don't like
do
either
you
of
think there's like suckerfish?
I just see them. I see them. I see
Do you
them.
dream about them?
I
When
hate
you
them.
close your eyes,
I hate them.
do you
I
see
hate
a
them.
fish
One
with a
time I
carrot
hooked up
top hair?
with a guy who had a koi fish tattoo. It was terrifying. It was like coming at me. It was like coming at me.
Was it on his chest? So
Yes, of course it was.
Did you go out with him a second time?
I didn't even mean to go out with him the first time. My friend left me with him.
Was it carrot top?
It was Carrot Top. No, it wasn't.
Koi fish, probably something bad happened to you.
I
as a
don't think
child
so.
with
I
koi
just,
fish.
I hate them.
Cockroaches are understandable. I didn't realize it until just a few years ago because I haven't had a lot of experience with cockroaches. And then there was like
I
one
have.
in my house, and I was like, "Oh, there's a cockroach." And then it moved like motherfucking lightning, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Now I get why people are scared of them because that little thing shouldn't move that
Oh my God.
fast.
The neighbor said,
Actually.
"We heard a woman in distress."
Yeah, no. No joke. I screamed like a girl and I jumped on a chair. That was a thing that I did, like a fucking cartoon from the 50s.
I'm from Los Angeles, and I grew up in like an older 1920s house, and so we still.
So you should be used to
have
cockroaches.
So I guess I
and
should
carrot
be.
top.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep on going into your
Stop it,
cabinets.
stop it, stop it.
God damn it, Carrot Top. Would you
Get out of my
He's
cabinet.
like,
How do you keep getting in
Time's
here?
run out. He has a clock.
Look at
Look at this. Look at this.
I hate it when it's dark at night and I'm walking in the sidewalk and I almost step on carrot top.
I wish. One time in like 4th grade, you guys, the worst thing happened. I like took my shoes off. It was after their school. Was watching TV, and then I feel like
Oh,
on my foot, and I had been stepping in a dead cockroach. Had been under my sock in my shoe all day. It had been in my shoe all day. The worst. The worst. The worst. What was the story about?
so what is the story?
There are people who, due to brain damage of their amygdala, have
no
no fear. Or what
You might
Have no
think-
fear.
You might have seen them driving the pickup trucks around the South with the no fear
No fear.
stickers.
I was going to say no
Yeah.
fear. I had a no fear pog. I really liked it. So
you
But your amygdala is okay.
yeah.
you
So-
legally you have to have brain damage to have a no fear sticker on the back of your car.
After 1996, yeah, I think so.
There are people who have no fear response. And what Justin Feinstein, now at the California Institute of Technology in Pasadena, did is he created an experiment. The disease is called Urbach-Wieth disease.
That sounds like something else.
Like what?
Never mind.
Oh, Jerry Orbach. Because
no.
what?
Never
Law and
mind.
Order?
It sounded like queef. It sounded like queef.
I was thinking queef too.
I could tell. I looked
was
at
like,
his face.
I don't wanna say
I
it.
looked at his face. Anyway,
You people disgust.
well,
So what they thought was because these people, their amygdalas are destroyed and they have no fear response, okay, well, that is the reason. But what he did is he put a mask over their face, raised the carbon dioxide levels to 35%, which causes breathlessness, rapid heartbeat, dizziness for about 30 seconds. And in a significant portion of people, it
Punch them a
evokes
couple times.
a sense of fear. No, why would that be a thing?
Well, that makes you scared.
No, it makes me angry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, punch me. Find out what happens. So, yeah, basically these people don't have any sense of fear. They did this carbon dioxide thing, and they felt fear, something that they hadn't had. This woman was 37 years old and had never felt fear.
They're not scared of scary movies or snakes or spiders or anything, but they are afraid of high carbon dioxide.
They're not afraid of it.
It just makes them terrified.
In fact, they aren't scared of it because when you do this experiment to normal people, when they see you reaching for the button, they anticipate the fear, and then things start spiking. The
amygdala.
But these people, it doesn't happen until it actually
Right,
until
right.
they actually
They-
feel. That's
they don't
So
get
it's a
that
different,
anticipation.
so most people feel fear in their amygdala, and these people feel fear some other mysterious way.
Yeah, something that's more like basic
Physical.
biological, like
Yeah.
less psychological, and they're not quite sure what it is. Maybe the hypothalamus, maybe not.
Do you think that these people who feel fear, do you think that they, the people who can't feel, I know it's a different thing, who can't feel pain?
Daredevil?
The people who can't feel pain, I forgot what that's called, who, burn themselves easily.
Unpainers?
You know what I'm talking about? The people who don't have,
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if these people who don't feel
Painlesses.
fear get themselves into worse situations.
I don't.
I mean, I don't know if there's a study. I'm
That's
just
a good
something.
question.
I think there is. I think I've run across it before, but it's been a while. But presumably it would be because you're like, fuck, I'll walk down a dark alley.
Yeah, that's what I was
don't give
thinking.
a shit.
Yeah.
I'll watch Blair Witch again. I don't care.
Is that?
Actually, if you watch it the second time, it's probably not.
It's
gonna
a
be
bad
as scary.
situation.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's time for a quiz.
It's time for a quiz. We're here with Quizmaster Liz. How you doing?
I'm good.
We are also here with Meg Swertlow, and Liz is gonna drop some science on us and the lovely listeners, and we're gonna see how we do.
He's going to try
I'm
to
gonna
trick
get stumped,
us.
you guys.
It's okay. There's two unstumpers here. Is that a thing?
Unstumpable forces.
Not that.
Unstumpable.
I mean, I'm unstumpable. Dave is pretty unstumpable.
And I'll be stumpable for both of you.
I have been called Stumpy before, but it's not because of my denseness.
Oh, yeah.
What's the first question?
First question.
Share.
Let's get to this. Let's spin.
All right. The first question is, how fast is the speed of light?
Okay.
How close do we have to get? It's 186.
I will allow for a certain degree of error.
You want
80 miles an
per
hour. Final
Are you
answer.
thinking like 88 miles per hour? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, 80.
Oh, okay. Even slower than that. Are you,
No,
come on
that's
now.
how fast the DeLorean needs
A
to go.
DeLorean needs to go 88 miles an hour to go back in time.
So
you have to
clearly
achieve
that's
the
the speed of light.
You have to go faster than the speed of light to go
89. 89.
Oh, I get. No, she's right. If it's 80 miles an hour, they go 88 miles an hour. They're going back in time. You got to go faster than the speed of light to
Yeah.
go backwards
So-
in time. So we're going to say 80 miles an.
The answer is, in
is the
meters,
actual
I think
number?
in meters per second it's like 300 million, but in miles
Miles per
second it's like
hour,
100,
miles per second. I believe it's 186,381.
186,000 miles per second, right? Is that what we're going on?
I'm writing this down because I find this to be. What is?
Go ahead.
What is?
186.
All right, guys.
We're certain on that.
I would have given you extra credit if you got to the dot on this, but the light travels at the speed of light at 186,282 miles per second.
381. Oh, so close.
Pretty damn close.
Fools.
All right. Next question, please.
All right. How long does it take light to travel from the sun to the Earth?
minutes.
8 minutes, I believe.
80 minutes.
80 hours is our final answer.
I think we're going to go with 8 minutes.
I'm going to go with what these nerds
the
say.
exact amount of time is 8 minutes and 19 seconds to travel 93 million miles from the sun's surface to Earth.
One astronomical unit is currently defined as 92,955,807.273 miles.
Nice. We're 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good about
You
this.
are killing it. You're killing it.
Nailing
man.
it.
All right, next question. Any organic material that can be used as a source of fuel is called blank energy?
Organic fuel.
Biofuel? Biosynthetic energy? Bio something?
Definitely look at me for this, you guys.
Come on. You know,
I'll teach you a thing or two.
Yeezy. Help
I
us out
do.
here.
You've got a lot of energy, typically.
I do. I was like, I have a lot
What is your
of energy.
secret? What's it called?
5 hour energy. That's the answer.
5-hour fuel. Fossil fuels are a thing.
Those are something.
Biofuels are a thing.
I think what we were talking about with Back to the Future, so garbage.
Garbage.
Mr. Fusion.
Mr. Fusion is the answer.
I guess we're going to go with biofuel. Okay, what's the answer?
The answer is biomass energy.
Bio.
Okay.
I was so close.
Booyah!
Take that. 2 for 3.
All right, next question. Tryptophan is an amino acid that is an essential precursor to what important chemical neurotransmitter in the brain?
We told her to make harder questions last week.
And we are paying
we're
the price.
regretting it. Tryptophan is the thing in turkey that makes you sleepy.
Sleepy, yes.
But that's not, in fact, what it does. It doesn't actually make you sleep.
It does in large quantities. In the quantity that you eat in turkey.
We dealt with this on Mythbusters, and by we, I mean Mythbusters dealt with it.
and you watched in your underpants.
But I felt emotionally invested in it.
Yeah. There's an Asian guy on there, so it's like
It's like you're in
I'm
it.
there.
There's a hot chick on there, so it's like I'm watching.
I'm going to say serotonin because that is the only one that I know. As the only neurotransmitter I know.
Does serotonin
dopamine. I also know dopamine.
What has to do with does anything have to do with like sleep and regulating sleep? Serotonin? Because I take melatonin for sleeping.
Melatonin.
Yeah.
So what does that help?
Serotonin has to do with you feeling not depressed, and right?
I wouldn't know what that was like.
Yes, a bunch of comedians are like, no, I will tell you about depression.
Let's go with serotonin
Yeah.
receptors.
Okay,
I don't know
serotonin.
if that's right.
And you're correct.
All right.
Number 5, please.
All right, number 5. Tryptophan becomes serotonin, which then becomes this hormone secreted by the pineal gland in the brain.
Pineal gland?
Pine needle? Did you say pine needle?
Pine needle?
That sounds wrong.
Okay, I think we're still in the same boat in that we only have 3 neurotransmitters we actually know of.
This is a hormone.
Oh, hormone.
What are we looking for?
Oh,
We're looking for the
okay,
hormone.
so that means we also have testosterone and estrogen.
Yeah, maybe testosterone. I don't know a lot of hormones.
I feel like I didn't go to college. That's how I feel right now.
Come
Like,
on,
what
come
are
up
these
with a
words?
hormone. There's got to be a hormone that you
Bovine hormone?
growth hormone, human growth
Human
hormone.
growth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pituitary gland.
These are all
Yep.
things we've heard of.
Things.
Bovine spongiform encephalitis.
I got nothing, man. I would
Let's say testosterone.
All right, and it's so funny. I'm laughing on my insides here because it's melatonin.
Oh, we
man.
said it earlier.
Oh, but
Yes.
we didn't know what it was.
I said it,
Meg
but I just
got
used
it right on the wrong
because
question.
I take it to sleep sometimes.
Awesome. So we got 3 out of 5, which is
Terrible.
all things considered, pretty decent.
I got 0.
No, collectively we got
That's
3.
a good point.
Thank you very much, Liz. Where can they find you online?
You can find me at 24 Starfleet on Twitter or Chupa Mother Flipping Cabra on Facebook.
Hot damn.
All right, we'll be back in the next episode for the finale of this quiz. Thanks, Liz.
Doodaloo, doodaloo, doodaloo.
Soft science.
I'm going to call this a soft science story. It's this is in Popular Science: the 5 terrible things the internet does to our love lives.
Oh, yeah.
That's the headline. Although reading the 5 things, they all sound like pretty good things to me.
Tell me.
And I picked this out because I know, Meg, you've kind of been doing OkCupid experimentation.
I have
so
been
to speak.
doing an OkCupid marathon. of terrible people.
How many OkCupid dates have you gone on?
I've probably gone on about 30 at least in the past month and a half.
Are you doing like a blog thing, or are you just?
I've been writing about it. Okay. I'm not publishing it as of yet because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Maybe a book. But I've been going on a lot of dates with people who are appropriate and inappropriate for me.
So how much do you pay attention to the compatibility score or the enemy score and all that stuff?
So I didn't at all. And I dated a guy whose compatibility score was like we were more enemies than friends, and I was like, oh, that's cute.
Is that the guy?
There was a restraining order.
Wait a minute. Would you?
Because it was I had been on OkCupid for 1 week because I didn't think anything of it, and we were just messaging, and I thought it was like, oh, that's funny that we don't have anything in our beliefs in common. I didn't understand it, and then then he kept trying to get me to have sex with other people in front of him. So I realized that maybe
pay attention to the scores.
Like maybe there's a reason why we were incompatible. So I do look at it now, and I've looked at people who are at like 1% compatibility, and it's like you're the worst.
So according to the writer of this article in Popular Science,
yes,
the terrible things that the internet is doing is making us want more matches, which sounds
making want people who are compatible with us more.
They're saying like in the old days before the internet, we only knew so many people in our life.
Popular Science is advocating arranged marriages.
No, I mean, I understand where it's like, you're like, oh, this person's good, but like, what about all these other people? There's so many people.
Where I grew up in a town of 1,000 people, like, there were people who lived there their entire life, and they probably only knew 20 women their age, and they had to choose one of them. So the internet has
to choose from.
Ruined that for us. Number two,
cities.
Number two, it increases dating efficiency, which makes people more fickle and makes people discard their prospective matches quicker because there's so many other choices. Which also sounds fine to me because...
That's like, in the 40s, there weren't as many medicines. Now there are more medicines, so if one doesn't work, you can try another one that does work.
Which is good, because if I go on a date with someone who doesn't work, I can go to one who does work.
No, stick it out.
No, that's what I'm learning. I'm like, I don't need to.
Because the internet's fucking you up, that's why.
Yeah, no, I think it's great.
Number three, they say, even if you're not on a dating site, everybody can see you online because you have a social presence. So it is kind of weird because, you can follow somebody on Twitter before you really know them very well.
I inadvertently went on a date with someone from Twitter. That's the kind of thing, too, where...
You met somebody on Twitter and made a date?
I didn't realize... He just said he wanted to come on to one of my shows. And I was like, okay. And then I realized it was like a date, I guess. And he met my dad because my dad came to the show too.
Those seem like things that I would absolutely be into.
What? I don't think I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I feel like Facebook is the reason I have hooked up with anyone for years.
It even gets worse. Number four.
I just want to say that, like, I want whoever I end up with to have been following me on Twitter for quite some time so that they understand that that's basically who I am. I'm going to be saying things like that. And if you're not into that, that's my version of compatibility. It's like,
all the people that I'm dating, because there's a number of them, none of them are my Facebook friends or Twitter followers or anything like that. Because I'm not ready for them to like see.
Actually freaked me out. I went on one date with somebody from OkCupid, and then she friended me on Facebook, and I was like, I don't think we're ready for
That's how I feel. And I'm like, maybe I'll have sex with you, but I will not be your Facebook friend.
Well, I wasn't going to be either because
is that part of the
not
whole,
a good date.
Like, first base, second base, third base thing? Like, Facebook friend is third base.
I feel like
anal is second base.
Anal's not on the table for me, but
no, I'm talking about kids. Kids today.
Oh, kids today.
For
me, it's like I'm not going to friend you unless like I think like we're in a relationship, probably. Okay. Unless it's someone, if it's someone I already knew, that's a different thing. You know what I'm like. You know that I say like crazy shit. But if we're just started dating, I just don't want you to I don't want you to see that part of my life yet.
I just want to get it out of the way at the get-go. It's like, look, just so you don't waste time here, I do this sort of thing.
I'm a nerd.
These are the horrible things I say.
Come and look at my board games.
Know this.
Know that this is a part of my life. Are you ready to deal with it?
Yeah, maybe like for me, it's like I'm going to say something offensive to somebody. You should just deal with that. But they kind of get that from me after meeting me for an hour. So is there another one?
The number 5, and I don't know why this is a bad thing. The algorithms aren't perfect, but they're getting better.
This is
I thought they were perfect. I thought they were perfect.
The editor was
somebody
like,
had a
just
deadline.
do something on dating, all right, and
exactly.
just give it a fancy headline.
Yeah.
Well,
They wouldn't read any of the
I thought if I
text.
went on one date, I was going to meet my soulmate, and that's it. It's like, no, that's...
it is Valentine's Day in an hour and a half, I guess, so this is probably why this bullshit story came up. But it's interesting because they are getting better and better, I feel like, and there's...
Match doesn't seem to be. Match is like nothing.
Well, here's the thing. Algorithms in general are getting better. As more and more data gets generated in this world, we have to find better and better ways of aggregating that data so that it's useful. I mean, to put it into some sort of graph so we can see, where the trends are and that sort of thing. And it's going to trickle down. Some of these things are basically the equivalent of the old video dating services where it's just, let's just put two people together and good enough. And those are always going to be that way.
Let's see how
but
it
there are
works.
places that are going to keep trying to improve and getting better and taking that data like, oh, these two people worked out. So let's use that information for the next people.
I'm just waiting for it to be perfect so it can just tell me my match and be over with it.
But the thing is, I do think I'm like people who I have a high rating with, and I'm like, they clearly don't do the attractive level with some of these people. Because I'm like, that person...
They do, though. Oh, well, OK Cupid does attractive level
Are you saying
stuff.
that you're too sexy for these
And
people?
I think they're also...
I'm not saying that.
Okay, Cupid, saying it for me.
Cupid saying...
Somebody had to say it.
That's our show.
And that's our show. Thank you very much to the lovely and talented Ms. Meg Swertlow.
Thanks, Meg.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen.
That sounded like I was going to be saying more, didn't it?
Oh, no.
There was a
I mean, I can't
awkward
leave you
pause
guys
there.
because my legs are broken.
Right,
so.
right.
Yeah,
So
well,
that's,
they'll heal. Broken legs heal.
if you're good. Where can they find you online? If they're looking for you?
At Meg Swertlow is my Twitter handle. It's very easy.
SWERTLOW.
Right. Yeah, like sweet and low. Or squirt. Or if we're in fourth grade again, squirt low.
Squirtlow.
You can also find me on Facebook. I assume Meg Swertlow. No, Megbot 3000 actually, but Meg Swertlow.
Megbot 3000?
Megbot like a robot.
Okay, because
Megbot
the way you
3000.
pronounce it sound like Megbutt 3000. I'm like, the fuck is that?
I
You
really
said
like
you
my
weren't
ass.
into anal.
Yeah.
And your show is, if we get
February
the podcast
20th.
out in time,
Oh
that's
yeah,
tomorrow.
February 20th.
No.
And I'm hosting it as my alternative personality, Lady Mercury, intergalactic supermodel. So
Can we talk to Lady Mercury, please?
Was that your,
Can we
was
get
that
her
your
on-
James Lipton? Terrible James Lipton.
oh, mine?
No,
Yeah.
his.
Please, can we talk to Lady Mercury? Lady Mercury, what's your favorite swear word?
Cunt face.
It's a monthly show, though, yeah?
It is. So,
even if they listen, even if this is late, or if they're
We'll have
listening
one-
months or
yeah.
years down the road,
Yes.
it'll still be there.
Decades in the future, check out
decades.
this
We'll probably
show
still be
at
there, and I'll
Barton
probably
Beach.
still be wearing a spiked bra with my mother's underwear. Let's hope.
We will be back with Meg in the next episode in a couple of days.
You can find us at thesciencejerks.com or sciencejerks.com, both. You can email us, Janet at sciencejerks.com, Dave at sciencejerks.com. Find us on Twitter
At The Science Jerks. Rate us on iTunes, give us a review.
Terrible.
There's an example of a review.
Terrible.
And I am at Dave Chacho.
I'm at 999 RPMs.
And that's the show. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I believe you should be supporting our troops.
I do support.
And
I'm
if that
just
means
saying.
an occasional HJ to somebody who is 0% compatible with you, well,
Robert
you
Chan
should
is gonna
just
do it.
for no what? No.